Pod right here on YouTube. I am Daniel Talks Football, and we are back to start talking about the Premier League once again. It's been a very, very eventful week in the Prem, with Manchester United losing 4-0 to Brentford, Tottenham and Chelsea drawing 2-2, and Leicester losing 4-2 to Arsenal, which was a big result for the Gunners. We do have a special guest on the line, and he's not very happy. But we'll get on to why in a second. First of all, before we do get into that, his name's Essie. I'm going to drop a link in the description to his YouTube channel. Please make sure you go and subscribe. It would help him out a lot. So go and drop him a sub. Yes, he uploads once every blue moon. But that's fine. When he does upload, it's good content. So go subscribe, link in the description. And I would greatly appreciate that. Now, moving on to the reason why he's not happy. He's a Chelsea fan. But no, the reason why the guest is not unhappy is, or the reason the guest is unhappy is he's a Chelsea fan. Essie, what's just happened?
Right, so this is the third time I've had to explain this, but I'll happily do it again. Shambles all around. All I can really say is we are kind of to blame, but no, we are only 30% to blame here. I'm gonna be honest. Where do I start? Right, so attackers, Havertz and Sterling kind of let me down today. Havertz missed some big chances, while Sterling also missed a big chance. Amazing dribble by Ruben Loftus-Cheek by who the way, right? He had an amazing game.
Okay.
Very good game. Very good on the ball, everything, right. So that's that. If it wasn't for the Sterling and Havertz misses, I genuinely think we could have won the game about 4 or 5-1 even. Going on to the next thing, the referee. Okay, so Anthony Taylor, I don't know who is keeping you in your job. I don't know if you've paid someone to keep you in your job. I know you're not watching this, but if you are somehow, some way, Anthony, please step down. Because you're not good enough. You're actually incompetent. I don't know why, but it's every time this guy referees a Chelsea match, he always has to do something stupid. I don't understand. I don't understand. Third of all, Antonio Conte, he needs to pipe down a little bit. Antonio Conte needs to pipe down a little bit. Bro, at the end of the game, squaring up to Tuchel after he gives you a handshake. What are you doing? Bro, and throughout the whole game, Tuchel and Conte were going at it like this game was literally a battle of the bridge part 2. Yo, even Havertz and Romero, I don't know why, but Havertz seems to always be squaring up to someone. It's either Trent or it's Romero. But yeah, all in all, Chelsea were 100% the way better team. I think we could have run away with it if it wasn't for the ref. And if we had the strike, which we really needed, because this is getting out of hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One thing I do want to ask you before we move on to the next topic. When it comes to Antonio Conte, we know you like this man a lot. You absolutely adore the bloke. So far, that you have called him a snake on your story, and he's seen it before.
Yep.
When are you next?
Very proud moment.
When are you next adding on your story to call him a snake, basically?
You know what? Now I've got the time. I can do it right now.
Cracking. Right, well, I guess we're getting a PR pod exclusive here after Essie has once before atted Antonio Conte when he moved to Spurs and called him a snake. He's doing it again. That was hilarious, by the way. Genuinely, I have never laughed so hard when you put up that saying, alright, so Conte's just seen the story when I called him a snake. That's great. Genuinely very funny, and I wonder what his reaction was.
Just posted it, lad.
Cracking. Head over to Essie on Insta. Let me find the actual handle. Essie_Edom
ESSY EDOM _
I did it last time and he saw it, but at Antonio Conte, F off. Quality Essie. Obviously family friendly, so F means flip for those of you that don't know. Okay, and moving on to the next topic, Manchester United. Now, Manchester United got beat 4-0 by Brentford at the weekend. Massive, massive result that for Brentford, and a big shock for Eric Ten Hag's Manchester United. Essie, what happened there? What's happening at Manchester United?
Well, it's kind of hard to pinpoint. I'll be real, because the whole club as a whole, like from top to bottom, from players to owners, even to managers, sometimes it's just a shambles. First of all, a big team like Man United with rich owners like the Glazers don't have a sporting director.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Like
Nice.
it's just weird. Like, how have you not got a sporting director and you're Man United? Like, it makes no sense. And then the players just really don't seem that bothered. Like no one in the club seems like, no one is passionate except the fans. Literally, like it's like everyone in the club is just playing for the sake of playing. Like no one's showing passion. Owners don't care. Managers in a sticky spot right now, and the owner will Ten Hag is not getting back to all right now. Bro's only got Martinez and Ederson, I think, but they very, very desperately need like a midfielder, because Fred McTominay just won't cut it.
Yeah. What changes need to be made then? It's the next question, I guess.
Oh, first of all, Glazers need to be gone.
Yep.
Which, as a Chelsea fan, I could not care less if they stayed for the whole of eternity. But obviously, we're talking from an unbiased standpoint here.
Yeah.
So, obviously, first of all, to make fans happy, Glazers just need to be gone. Honestly, like and the sad thing is, there's no one that can get the Glazers out except the Glazers themselves.
Yeah.
So, it's like it's difficult, and it's a sticky situation. I'll be real. To be fair, as a Chelsea fan, I'm just glad that we've never had any owner issues, and our owners actually care about.
I mean, you can't really say you've never had owner issues. Your owner did care about the club, but you have still had owner issues, Essie.
Nah, but it's not owner issues in that sense. It's owner issues to do with the government and that. Like,
Yeah.
No one's bothered.
Right, we'll move on from that, because I really don't want the government to start knocking on my house going, why have you been saying this? But, so the Glazers to go, what else needs to happen at the club?
Well, I personally think that Ronaldo probably does need to go.
Ronaldo needs to go,
I don't think you'd want a player who's not bothered in that team, especially a team that's struggling like how it is right now. I really don't think that he helps, because I feel like he's a very like self-centered type player. Like he's a very how do I say this? Like he's ambitious, but if you know Macbeth, he's a Macbeth type of ambitious. You know what I'm saying?
I rate that.
He's a Macbeth type of.
That's going in the going in the title. Ronaldo is like Macbeth.
Well, what's it? Obviously, he's one of the best players of all time. So I guess you can kind of back up his arrogance with that. But at the same time, it's a team effort. So I don't understand why like he feels like obviously he cares. Which is probably why he's so angry. But at the same time, like I don't feel like he's being that leader. He's being like. It just feels like he's making it worse. He really does just need to leave.
Fair enough. I really rate that Macbeth stuff, by the way. That is right in the title. I'm
getting your views, mate.
why Ronaldo is like Macbeth, mate? Every English teacher in the world's clicking on this right now. So you know, we're not doing analysis on Macbeth. We've done that. What we will do, however, is we will discuss FPL now. I would ask you how many points you've got. However, I'm going to presume you've got Liverpool players who haven't played yet.
The one thing that you're not going to presume is that I can't actually log into my FPL anymore. I've tried to, so I don't actually know how many points I've got. So if you could check for me, that'd be amazing.
I don't have you on FPL, mate. I'm not in any leagues with you.
Oh. Well, that's awkward.
Well, this is great. Can you remember? I don't even know what to ask you now. Because I asked you if you had an FPL team sorted. He said yes a few days back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to think of content very quickly off the top of my head here. Who would be your number one choice for FPL this year? There we go. Great content.
Probably Jesus. It would definitely be Jesus because
I've got him.
in this Arsenal system, this guy is feasting. Like, bro is enjoying life. What's it? 2 goals and 2 assists against you lot.
I mean, he got me 19 points in FPL. So there is that one. 2 goals and 2 assists. Absolutely mental. Just a top performance from the guy. So there is that.
I can sign into my FPL on my computer.
Oh, okay. What we will do then is we will pause this right here and we'll come back with Essie's FPL team. What we are going to do, because Essie's fantasy Premier League does not want to be loading right now, is we are going to take a short break and we are going to come back when you can hear me and Essie predict the Premier League table and some of the awards some of the players are going to get this season. So we're going to take a short break and we'll be back in just a second. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the PL Pod. We are here to start doing the Premier League predictions. So, Essie, who do you have in 20th place?
Right, so in 20th place, which now that I look at it, might regret it a bit, but I will stick with it. Bournemouth to finish rock bottom.
Yeah, let me just add, I just want to quickly add before we do get into why we've both done that. We did make these before the season started, so you may get to hear some regret in our voices and in our, well, you can't see our eyes, but you know what I mean. We may regret the decisions basically, but we're not changing them. So we are sticking with them, so you know, they're the same as they would have been. So 20th Bournemouth. Essie, why have you done that?
Well, I just think in the transfer window, they've not done much at all. And I think, like, compared to all of the other teams that have came up, Forest especially,
Oh God.
Forest have built a whole new team, whole new bench and a whole new reserves if you want. But
17 signings it'll end up being.
It's crazy. Honestly, mad. Like, but I didn't think that they'd be able to compete at all.
No.
Even with Fulham as well, who signed Mbappe, who I think is a sick signing, and I don't really think that they need to do much in order to add players in. I mean, they've got Mitrovic firing in the Premier League, which is mad to think about.
Wait, hold.
Yeah,
We're talking about Bournemouth, you know.
Yes, but I'm just comparing them all.
Solid. All right, just checking you weren't going to start talking about Fulham.
Yeah, of course not. So so keeping all that in mind, I just didn't really see Bournemouth really staying up. But obviously, after the result against Villa, they look pretty bright. I can't lie, they did look pretty bright. Good. So whether that could change or whether it's just one game, I just have to find out really. But I'm gonna keep them there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I've put them 20th as well. I like some of their business they're starting to do. I think the signing of Senesi from Feyenoord, I think it is a really good signing. I think that's a solid centre back signing. They've also got Neto in from Barcelona as a new goalkeeper, who will offer some competition to Travers. It is Travers, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they're just not Premier League quality. You know, some of the signings, the signing of Fredericks isn't a good enough Premier League signing. They just haven't made good enough signings for the Prem, I don't think. I think it's a year too early for them. I like Bournemouth, family club, but yeah, bottom of the table for me as well. So we both agree on 20th, and Bournemouth, you're going down.
I will say, they do give me Championship League One club type vibes. I mean,
the stadium.
The stadium's a bit match day. the match day ain't that lively, but
No.
it is what it is.
Yeah, I'll agree. Their fans, well, got a small stadium. I think they are going down though. Who have you got in 19th? Now I know we differ on this one.
In 19th place, I've put Leeds United, and I'll say this, right? The loss of Rafinha, I personally think is a massive, massive loss. He is one of the biggest reasons why I don't like. I think that they could have literally gone down if it wasn't for Rafinha, because that guy is so key to the entire squad. I mean, I'm sat here right now, still a bit angry that we didn't get him. We didn't sign him, but I personally think Leicester will struggle a bit. Leicester Leeds will struggle a bit. Will struggle a bit. But if I'm not wrong, I'm sure they signed. Is it Sinistra? Is it Leeds who signed him?
Sinistera, yeah, he's very good.
Yeah. So to be fair, he could step that game up a little bit, but I just don't see it being enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Enough. I mean, Marsh is a very good manager. Is a very good manager, but I just don't think with the players that he has that he'll be able to, like, I don't know, stay up. But he could prove me wrong. So
fair enough. I will get to Leeds quite a bit later because I have not got them low. They're not in the bottom. They're not in the bottom 5. I'll say that. I think Leeds will do well. But we'll get to Leeds in a second. For me, I've gone for Fulham 19th.
Ooh.
I don't think they've done enough. João Palhinha is one incredible signing, yes. But I don't think... I'm sticking with this prediction as well. I don't think enough's been done. Granted, this was before the opening day and they drew to Liverpool. But at that point, Mitrovic... No one thought Mitrovic was going to work. Nobody thought Mitrovic was going to work. You had...
Thank God he's in my FPL. Thank God he's in my FPL.
You lucky bloke. I could have said a lot of things there, but you lucky bloke. I just don't... I will stick with it. I can't change it anyway. But I still do think they'll go down. I don't think they have enough. If they pick up an injury, they're gone. They're so gone. Yeah. I mean, they've got a centre-back pairing of Shane Duffy and Issa Diop.
Yeah, that's that.
Doesn't that scream relegation?
Wait. I'm very sure that West Ham recently sold him, I swear.
Diop, yeah, they sold him to Fulham.
Yeah.
So I don't think a pairing of Diop and Duffy is enough.
Yeah.
At all.
I don't think so either, to be fair.
Centre-backs are so key.
Yeah, agreed.
And I don't think it's enough. So yeah, I've gone for them 19th. Fulham, the Cottagers, back down to the Championship you go. And then who do you have in 18th, Ashley?
In 18th, I have Everton. Now, I don't like Everton as a club, but I do like their manager. So I guess the very tiniest of soft spots is there for them, I guess. But obviously we beat them on the opening day of the season. To be fair, they played pretty well. But I just think that's a case of us being awful rather than them being good, to be honest. But that's a conversation for another episode. But what's it? I just don't see Frank Lampard doing much with the players he has. I'm gonna be real. He lost Richarlison to Spurs, and that's a massive loss because I don't see Calvert-Lewin cutting it. I really don't. He was once amazing, but now he really is not the player that he was before. But Frank Lampard, I don't want to call him inexperienced because he's been a manager for quite a while now. I just don't think he's Premier League.
He is still inexperienced. He had 2 years at Chelsea, half a year at Derby.
True.
Half a year. He's had 3 years. He's had 3 years of management. You can still call a manager inexperienced.
But it's not like I've seen that. There's not been much progression in those 2.5, 3 years. So I don't see him staying up.
Fair enough.
I really don't see him saying off.
Fair enough. I have kept him up. The reason I kept him up, and I'll move on to it in a little bit, but because he's not afraid to defer from his style of playing. If things aren't going the way of how he wants to play, he will just let them go dogged and just grind out results like they did last season, and just sacrifice his football. And I really rate that personally. I think Everton will stay up. I've gone for Southampton.
Whoa.
I like some of their signings, but Ralph Hasenhüttl is not good enough. Ralph Hasenhüttl reeks. He stinks of losing 9-0.
No, I had no idea you've been that close to him to know he stank.
He stinks of losing 9-0.
Wait, actually, never mind. Keep going.
Alright, great. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's a good enough manager. I think some of their signings are good. I like the signing of Bazunu. I like the signing of Bella Kotchap. I like the signing of Aribo. I think the signings are really good. I just don't think they've got the manager to gel it all together. And yes, they could sack Hasenhüttl early and bring in someone else. But who would that someone else be? Would they be good enough themselves? It would probably end up being someone like Rafa Benitez, who failed at Everton. Massively failed at Everton. So, I like Southampton as a club. Not just because we put 9 goals past them. I think they're a really nice, well-run club. But Ralph Hasenhüttl is not good enough.
I agree, to be fair. I agree.
And the only hope of them staying up is sacking him early.
I do feel like, though, the players that they have will kind of like, how do I put this? It'll kind of make him look not as bad as he already is. I think Ward-Prowse, very key.
Yeah.
Very good player. Pella Kotchap, in fact, I only know him because I signed him on FM at some point. But all I know from FM is that he's a very good defender.
Yeah. Another thing to mention with them, who scores the goals? Who scores goals?
Yeah, Armando Broja's not there no more, and to be fair, when he was there, he didn't really bag to that much, to be fair. But
Armstrong doesn't score. Adams has Adams moved at this point? He's supposed to be moving anyway.
I don't closely follow them.
They don't have enough.
True, but I don't know. There's a tiny feeling to say that Southampton will have an alright season. I don't know what it is, but personally, I think they'll be alright. Only just.
If they get a new striker in and they sack Hasenhüttl by Christmas, they've got every chance.
Yeah.
But I don't think that will happen. So, Southampton, I'm sorry. I really am, because I really like you after putting 9 goals past you. But you're down to the Championship. Who do you have in 17th?
Right, so in 17th place we have Chelsea's best friend. I mean, you'd call them rivals, but we really don't care at this point. It's Fulham. Fulham at 17th.
Your rivals?
That's surprising.
I didn't know you were rivals, I can't lie.
We are literally in the same...
I know that, but you don't care about them. You don't care about them. There's no rivalry. You're just close.
Yes, but by location, we're technically rivals.
Alright, fair enough. By location.
Right, I've put them there because Mitrovic, I personally think he'll have an amazing season. I really don't know why, but in the Championship last season, this guy was ripping it. He was decimating every single team. It's unbelievable. I don't know how many goals he got, but I swear, like halfway through the season, he already had 30.
He was doing sick, mate. I know that.
Like he was on a madness, and the fact that people don't think that he's able to do it in the Premier League, I personally think that that's completely wrong. Like this guy's got the he's got the we start again. He's got the physicality and he's got the amazing finishing as well. I don't understand why like, I mean, of course I know like in the past he's not been great, but I mean, has he ever been this good? Like I really don't think so.
Fair enough. Okay. All right. So it's the goals then. It's the goals that will keep them in the league. I mean, I'll put them 19th because I don't think Mitrovic will do incredible. But again, that's for the opening day. Would I take that back now? Possibly. 17th, I've got Forest.
Oh.
I've kept him up.
I mean, I think going down.
I've got a few reasons for this. The reason why they're not higher is because they've signed far too many players.
Yeah, true.
There's a line where you sign too much. When they had got to like the 11-12 mark, I thought this is good business. The new signings of Dennis is... who's the other striker they got in as well? They got in another striker after Awoniyi.
Neil
Maupay.
about...
Yeah, they're supposed to be getting Maupay.
About to be confirmed, yeah.
They've got 4 strikers who want to start week in, week out, and Sam Surridge.
I mean,
Johnson wants to start week in, week out, and will.
Sam Surridge is not great.
Fair enough. Okay, so they've got 4 strikers that want to start in, week out. Because Johnson will expect to, because he's taken them up. Maupay, Dennis, and Awoniyi. That's not good for team cohesion to have that many players wanting to start regularly. Jay Ling's in the cam position. The only reason he's gone there is because of money. And I think...
Oh, I wouldn't say so.
Why else would he choose Forest over West Ham?
I don't know. Maybe it's just... To be fair, I can't think of one off my head.
Exactly.
But...
I'm not saying he's solely focused on money, because I know he had offers from Saudi Arabia and stuff to get more money. But I do think there was a line of money for him that he couldn't go below, and 200k a week is stupid. I like some of their additions. I know it's rising.
It's to 200k.
It's 180.
Like a base 200k.
It's 180 rising to 200, isn't it? Even still, that's so much for a team. By the way, Son's on like 140.
Yeah, that's mad, to be fair.
It's so mental. I think some of these signings will come off. I really like the signing of Williams. I really like the signing of Richards if he'll ever be fit. I really like the signing of Niakate. Henderson's a really good keeper. O'Brien. Some of these players that if they go down will stay with them, and they are quality championship additions. So I really like some of their business. And I don't think they will go down. I've got them 17th. I just don't think they've done enough in the market. Well, no, they've done too much in the market, sorry. They've done too much in the market to keep them up, to get them any higher. The team won't gel, and by next summer, 7 of these players will go.
Yeah, most likely, but I think if they manage to all gel, this team is scary.
It is.
Genuinely think
it is,
but just a scary team.
Squad cohesion, chemistry. Those strikers, 2 of those strikers will be unhappy every single week.
I've got faith in Cooper. Cooper will somehow make this work, because Forest play a 2-striker formation.
I know, yeah.
I don't really think it'll be that much of a problem. Like,
I think one of them was good. 2 is too much.
I get where you're coming from, right? But like, competition is key, and for the fact that they're all good strikers and they're all competing is sick, because they'll always be like on top of their game every single week. Because they always know the striker to take their place. So
okay, fair enough. I can't put them. I think 17th is a very good finish for Forest.
I agree, but I've put them a bit higher.
Fair enough.
A bit higher.
I just think they've done too much.
Yeah, fair.
And I can't get over that. Yeah. Forest, well done on staying up, in my opinion. I think you will stay up. I don't like you as a club at all, but I do think you'll stay up. Please do not do any more business. Apparently they're supposed to be getting Awar in. That's not needed.
Bro, they are going okay, it's getting a bit over the top now.
It is.
It's getting a bit too much.
Maupay is over the top, because Dennis would have been good, because yes, that's competition for places. You've got 3 strikers vying for 2 positions. Now you've got 4. Awar's going into a midfield of Yates, who won't start now. So they're going to have a full 11 of new signings. Plus, 10 plus Johnson. Maybe one of the centre-backs. Maybe Worrell or something. Worrell, McKenna and Johnson, so they're going to get 8 new signings in there.
It's crazy to think about,
It's
to be fair.
mental, and it's too much.
I mean, to be fair, they did need a massive revamp though, because
Yeah,
that squad on its own was going straight back down.
I'm not arguing.
That squad was going straight back down.
I'm not arguing with that at all. However, I do think they've done too much.
Literally rock bottom.
I do think they've now done too much.
Fair, no.
So 17th Forest, that's still a very respectable finish, and I'm not hating on the club at all as much as I would like to. But yeah, Forest 17th. Who do you have 16th?
At 16th, I have got Brentford.
Same here.
Oh, there you go. Snap. What's it? I've put Brentford there mainly because they've lost their best player. Like, I'ma keep it real. They've lost Christian Eriksen, who now in hindsight is gone to the smaller club at the minute. after their 4-0 battering, which I mean, to be fair, you kind of need to feel bad for the guy. But yeah, I just don't feel like Brentford have done much. I mean, they've completed the signing of Aaron Hickey, who Aaron Hickey played well.
They've got Damsgaard in as well.
Man United. Yeah, I mean, all right signings. I just 16th. I personally think that 16th is a good place.
Brentford
to
take
start
that.
off with.
Brentford take that. This year.
Yeah, I think they'd be all right with that. So
Same here.
I mean, there's not really much like to say on it. It's just.
Yeah, I think they're a good side. They're a good side. They made some decent additions. The loss of Ederson is huge. But I think Damsgaard will be interested to see how he does. Keane Lewis Potter, obviously, as well, on like a 7-8 year deal, which is mental.
Yeah.
I like Brentford as a club, community club, lovely club. Yo Tielemans has scored a couple of bangers against them over the years. Obviously, seen them so far this season live, and they looked good for the final 30 minutes or so. However, at the start it did look like they were looking quite weak, and they didn't look like they had enough for 60 minutes until Rodgers basically gave them control of the game. I like Brentford as a club. 16th, very good finish. Moving past Brentford into 15th. Who do you have 15th?
I have the Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
Now, I've put them there. Not even because of the signings, really. Steve Cooper is an exceptional manager, amazing manager. I don't know how he's taken over this Chris Hughton failure and turned it into a miracle. But they will rock bottom of the table like 10 games in, I swear. Like, and then Steve Cooper comes in, brings in a new wave of attacking football, and it's just amazing. He has Jed Spence playing like prime. Who's an amazing right back that I can link him to?
Zanetti.
Danny Alves, for example.
Danny Alves
or something. Zanetti. But Jed Spence was literally the best player in the championship that season. By
100%.
Actually, no.
Johnson.
Behind probably Mitrovic.
Okay.
He was definitely the best player of the season.
Fair enough. I think he's sick, but he's not there anymore.
Yeah, he's gone now.
He's gone.
The Spurs. The dirty Spurs! Can't say. I'm still mad about that.
It's okay. So basically, Cooper's a miracle worker, and you think he'll get them 15th?
Definitely. And these signings have been serious. Jesse Lingard. There's not a single Forest fan 2 months ago. If you told them that they were signing Lingard, they'd spit in your face, mate. There is no way in the hell that a Forest fan would imagine Jesse Lingard at their club. And I know I'm saying this like he's some massive player, but I'm gonna be real. It's Forest. No one's expecting Forest to sign Jesse Lingard. The
thing is,
the guy who dances and stuff.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, though, with Jay Lings, is it too much of an ego? Because he does have an ego.
No,
he does have an ego.
So.
No one's going to argue
with
that.
I don't think so.
Really?
I mean, think he's got
he was the one. He was one of the ones leaking United reports from inside the dressing room to the press.
it's not really an ego. It's more of a, I don't know. I mean, when the situation like when it gets that bad, sometimes people like tend to like say stuff. Like, I mean, the fact that he's leaked it could say that he was probably in like a altercation with like players or with like I don't know, coaches and whatnot. I don't know what goes on at that shambles of a club that's Man United anymore because they're in a state. But I don't think he carries an ego. It's more just a personality, really.
Fair enough. Forest 15th. That is a very, very good finish. And if you were to ask any Forest fan, they'll snap your hand off for that. I've gone for Everton.
Fair enough.
I think the addition of James Tarkowski is a very good addition. I think they have made some very good signings. They need a striker. They need 2 strikers, as we found out last week from Everton fan Javier. They need 1 or 2 signings, both strikers, with possibly an extra, midfielder in there. They do still need something more up top. Otherwise, they will go down because Rondon is not good enough as a striker. And Calvert-Lewin will be injured, as we're going to get on to Calvert-Lewin in a bit when it comes to my awards. But he will be injured so much, and he's not there for them. So they do need some strikers. However, I do think they will get in a striker. And because I think they will get in that striker, I think they will do very well. I've put them 15th because I think they're a good club. They've got a good side. They're not going to go down with a back 4. Well, Pickford is a good goalkeeper at times. Tarkowski, Decore, Allen, I know can be here and there. Gordon, I know
strikers are they linked to?
Dennis, which is
right.
It's a bit of a mess.
Well.
I still think they'll get someone over the line. I do still think they'll get someone over the line.
Fair.
I think they've got a good side, and I like the Everton team. I like Frank Lampard. Their fans are passionate as well. Don't rule out passionate fans from being a lot. Look at their fans towards the end of last season.
Yeah, their fans on the very last game were crazy.
That game when they stayed up, I watched the I don't can't
that Chelsea one. Let's not talk about it.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the whichever one it was where they stayed up. Unless that was Chelsea.
I forgot that one, can't I?
I
think it was Chelsea.
Was it Chelsea? Okay. Well, whatever hashtag Harry's proper name is now, I watched his vlog on it. Is it Harry Hesketh? I can't remember. I watched his vlog on it. He's a massive Everton fan. And I watched his vlog and it looked mental. The scenes looked crazy. And things like that will keep you in the league. I think Everton have a very good fan base, a very loyal fan base, and they will stay up.
Fair enough. I mean, you could say the same about clubs like Leeds when they first
their fans kept them up
like years and years ago.
Oh yeah.
Like ages ago, like their fans were passionate. I mean, but they still went down and only came back up like a season or 2 ago.
And look at their fans towards the end of last season. Again, very good fans. I think Everton will stay up. It'll be a mediocre season for them. I think they'll take 15th. They do need to start trying to progress towards the future. They're bringing in the younger players again, and stop signing the 30 million Davy Clausens and 50 million for Gylfi Sigurdsson. Fully talking as the player there, not his off the pitch business. As a player, he wasn't worth 50 million. Off the pitch, we don't need to talk about it. Don't even know what's going on with him off the field at the moment. No one seems to talk about it.
It's a bit quiet.
What's the case thrown out? I don't know. We're not going to talk about it because I don't want to get sued. Essie, who do you have in 14th?
In 14th place, we have Southampton.
Oh wow! Okay.
Now, I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking, I don't know anymore. See, my reasoning was the signing of Choribo. I think that he's a very talented player. Very, very talented. He will take Southampton to a completely new level. But I think that's what I base mine off. I also base mine off Ford Prowse as well. Signing of Bella Kotchap.
Yep, of course.
Was a really good signing. Now the manager Hassan, who now he used to be highly rated, which now that I think about, it, I don't necessarily know why, but I don't think he'll have a bad season. I think he's strengthened. He's strengthened. I forgot where did they end last season?
16th, 15th. I'll find out. Keep talking. I'll find out for you.
Honestly, they have strengthened a bit, which is why I'd push them further up. And obviously, Forest are in the league now, which now that I'm properly deep in this, maybe I should have swapped Southampton and Forest, because Forest are a stronger team than Southampton at this moment in time, I think.
Southampton were 15th last year.
Yeah, so I've put them 14th. So
fair enough. All right, back it.
They've not gotten worse. So it's not like, you know. Yeah, I think they'll be all right. They'll be all right. Just.
I've gone for a team who has lost some star players. Leeds. Right.
Ooh.
I know they've lost Phillips and Rafinha. I know and I understand. However, the DM signings of Adams and Rocker are both really good signings to replace Phillips. Rocker is an underrated baller who sat on that Bayern bench because he's not going to get in front of Kimmich. Adams is another really quality signing who will have that. Leeds are building this Australian-American core now, which will help them. Adams and Aronson, both really top quality players. So I think both those DM signings are really good. The attacking signings of Sinistera, of Aronson, again, both really quality signings. I do think they need a striker in, because I don't think they've got a striker in, and Brentford won't stay fit. So I do think they possibly do need a transfer in. I'm just getting up all their striker in. I'm just getting up all their transfers now. Obviously, I forgot the signings of Christensen at right back, who's a top quality player. Garby at centre mid from City. Two good players. I know they've lost both Rafinha and Phillips, but I do think they've replaced at least Phillips very well. I think Phillips has been replaced expertly by Rocker and Adams. Rafinha, I'm not as sure. I'm going to be honest, I'm not as sure. If they bring in a striker towards the end of the window and possibly another right winger, easily safe. I like their business. I like Sinister, as you're going to see and find out in a bit. 14th.
Fair enough. You make a good point.
I make very good points, mate. Who do you have in 13th?
Right, so in 13th, I have the Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Ooh.
Now, I have been looking at this choice for the past 2 minutes, staring at the position and thinking, I have no idea why I have put them there. I think, I don't know. Obviously, Wolves had a very good defense last season.
Yep.
And the signings of who did they sign? Was it? I don't think it was Trincao. No, it was someone in the attack. Was it
Guedes?
Conceição?
Well, this season they got Guedes in.
Oh yeah, Guedes. Yeah. He's a decent signing going forward. I don't think I made this. I don't think this was made when they signed him.
No, Guedes has been recent.
To be honest. Yeah. So to be honest with you, I don't actually know why I put Wolves in 13. This is probably the only one that I don't really know about, because Wolves are very good at the back, but going forward they have highly rated players, but they don't seem to show up.
They need a striker.
Really confusing.
They need a striker.
Yeah, they really do. We can say the same about so many teams in this.
Yeah, you genuinely could.
Strikers.
Everton, Leeds, Wolves, Chelsea.
Even Chelsea.
Newcastle could do with a striker.
Man United at this point.
Man United need a striker. Lots of teams do need strikers. I've gone for Brighton in 13th.
Whoa.
I've gone for Brighton in 13th. Now. They've sold Basuma. Let's get the elephant in the room out there. They've sold Basuma. I'm not worried about that at all. I think they've got, obviously, Caicedo there. And they've got Enoch Mwepu from Salzburg, who came in last summer, who is an incredible player, and I really, really rate him highly. I watched a lot of Salzburg that season because of another Zambian that played for them called Patson Daka. And I rate Mwepu highly.
He's a beast on my FM save.
Oh, we love Daka. I just don't know what it is with Brighton. They've lost Cucurella as well, obviously.
The boys.
Which is a big loss for them. Granted, they got a lot of money. A
bit too much, but we're not talking about that.
And I'm sure they're still laughing. In case you want to hear my thoughts on the Cucurella signing, go and check out the transfer rating video I did with Javier. I didn't rate him very highly. I just don't know what it is with Brighton. I like Potter. Maybe I put him... The striker. They don't have a striker to score goals.
They don't, to be fair.
Who scores Brighton's goals? There's another team that needs a striker.
But even without an actual striker, these lot always end up high.
They do, but they don't have anyone to score goals. Morpie's going.
Yeah, true.
Is the...
great, like...
What's his name? The new guy. Is it Undav? Dennis Undav.
Don't know who that is.
They got a new striker in from the Belgian league. He's supposedly good, but is he good enough to score loads of goals in the Prem? I don't know. They don't have a striker. If they would sign a striker, I'd bump that up. I just don't think they'll sign a striker. At least for now, they'll sign some 19-year-old from Colombia for 20 mil and loan him out. Because that's what Brighton do.
They do it every single window.
It's so funny. But I just don't think they've got enough to finish any higher. 13th for Brighton is a decent finish. The lack of striker worries me, though.
Yeah, you're not going to hear Brighton from me in a while.
I've seen where you've put Brighton, and it is high. It is very, very high. Okay, fair enough. Who did you have 13th again? I've actually forgotten.
Wolves.
You had Wolves, of course. Who do you have 12th?
12th, I have got Crystal Palace.
Shake my hand.
That is perfect. Now, I've put Palace there solely because, I think Patrick Vieira is a very good manager. Mm-hmm. So, I'm actually very surprised at that. I didn't think he'd come in and instantly do so well.
Neither.
Like Mark Gurhey, Anderson, Eze, Michael Elise, amazing, absolutely amazing players. But the one thing that I do think holds them back a bit, which holds back a lot of other teams, is striker. Is striker.
Mateta?
Mateta's a good striker.
Edouard?
Actually, Edouard, yes. You know what? Against Arsenal, they weren't clinical whatsoever.
No, I'd agree.
Like their strikers weren't good at all. I wouldn't say Edouard is a bad striker, but I would say
he needs one more season before he can decide.
It's a difficult one. Yeah, it's a really hard one. I mean, coming from Celtic, coming from, no disrespect, a league that's pretty much a 2-horse race every single season. Let's be real. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the standard's not as high, but at the same time, I don't call him a bad striker. I personally think that a better striker is needed for him to either partner up with or learn from, because he's the only good striker in that team. I think Benteke is a good striker, but his style of play is a bit too outdated for me. He's got a very 2015.
Benteke's left, I do believe. Benteke has left.
He's left.
I'm pretty sure he's gone to DC United.
I had no idea about that.
Christian Benteke. DC United, yeah. So they don't have Benteke. I agree with you on Palace. 12th. Vieira, very good manager. Does kick a child occasionally, but he's a very good manager. I like Palace. I just can't put them any higher. Have they replaced Gallagher properly in the signing of Czech Decore? Decore is an excellent player. We're going to have to see. I like Palace.
Yes,
I like Palace. 12th, I think, is fair, and I'll just shake your hand and move on. There's a theoretical handshake. Who do you have in 11th?
Yeah. 11th, I've got Aston Villa. Now, on paper, I'll put them maybe 1 or 2 places higher, but Steven Gerrard is not the man to take this.
Okay.
Take this team forward. I don't think. Tactically, he is lacking a bit. I don't know how can you have Bailey, have Buendia, have Matty Cash, I think they've new signing of Kamara, I think it is.
Yep, they've got Kamara.
Martinez. They've got loads of amazing players, but just in the system they play, they just don't work. Like against Bournemouth, they were shambles. I don't know what's going on. Even last season, I didn't really think that they were amazing and
they looked good versus Everton. They looked good versus Everton.
They're all right, but I don't think Steven Gerrard ain't the guy.
So fair enough.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one because, to be fair, the only reason why I think Steven Gerrard is in the Prem right now is to get closer to the Liverpool job.
100%.
In my opinion, if he ever does get there, then that's probably the big reason as to why he's in the Prem right now. But personally, I think he probably should have stayed at Rangers because Rangers it's a much easier job. It's a 2-horse race every single season. There's no one competing with Rangers and Celtic. And to put him into this Aston Villa job might be a bit too early for him.
I want to play devil's advocate with you in terms of staying in Scotland. Brendan Rodgers had the same thing with Celtic, and he moved to Leicester and did very well. I know he's still here and he's maybe not doing as well now, but he did very well at the start.
Brendan Rodgers has been in the PL way before.
True.
Well,
you can see the point though. I can see why he moved. I can see why he took the move. I've gone for Wolves. We've already discussed Wolves. I like some of their business. I think Collins and Guedes are both very good signings. However, we've said it quite a few times. Striker. Jimenez isn't the same player since his injury. They've sent out Silva on a loan. They need someone new. They need a new striker. And there's nobody good to get.
Agreed.
There's nobody good to get. And that is a big issue.
There's hardly any good strikers in the market at the minute. It's not 2010 anymore.
Dennis was one of the good strikers available and he's just been snapped up. So I don't... Will they possibly pull someone out from the Portuguese league? Possibly. But I've put them 11th. Who have you got 10th?
In 10th, you're not going to like me. I have got Leicester City.
You Blues.
Now, this one, I don't want to put Leicester here. But you guys should start making signings, mate. I don't know what's happening.
Mate, I'm sorry. We've made the best signing out of everyone. We've signed Alex Smithies.
What a signing. That will take you to the next...
Taking us to the Champions League.
You lot lost Schmeichel. Where's your keeper?
Danny Ward.
Why make him Ward your first team keeper? Get a keeper.
Mate.
Sign a keeper.
We don't have any money. We don't.
It's just embarrassing.
I'm not saying it isn't.
Fofana wants to leave. Maddison wants to leave. Those are your 2 best players.
Maddison doesn't want to leave. Fofana does. Maddison doesn't. Maddison's happier than Fofana is. He's happier than Fofana is.
Yeah, but they both, in a way, still want to leave.
I'm not sure about Maddison. Fofana, yes. Maddison, I'm not sure. I'll agree with you on Fofana, though. Yuri obviously wants to go as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of players who going to leave.
Yeah.
And there's not many targets that you lot are going to try and replace them with.
Well, I mean, let's let's go into that because we are looking to start making signings. We've got Boubakary Samare, who's closing in on a move to Monaco. There are talks that we could apparently be doing a swap deal with them for Sofiane Diop, a winger, who I would happily welcome into the team. He looks quite good. There are talks of that swap deal possibly going on with Monaco not wanting Diop and us not wanting Samare wanting to leave. If we were to sell Fofana, we'd get 80 million for him, 85 million for him. 20% of that was to obviously go to Saint Etienne. So we would get around 60 million to go out and spend. That could get us a new right winger, 2 new centre-backs. We are very savvy in the transfer market, let's not forget. We pulled Wesley Fofana out of absolutely nowhere.
Yes, but Daniel, there's around 2 weeks left, and I don't see Chelsea signing Fofana until like the very last week.
Same happened with United and Harry Maguire, pretty much. I know we maybe don't have the ready-made replacement in Soyuncu for that this time, but I think by the way, I haven't put us that much higher, so I don't know why I'm arguing for us.
It's not even just signings. Like, I personally just think that Brendan Rodgers, his time's kind of ticking.
Well,
I don't feel like it's working anymore.
We will discuss them in a second because I've got them 9th. So we'll move on to that just in a split second. I've got Villa 10th. We basically just discussed them. So I don't really know what else to say. Villa 10th.
Fair enough.
Good. Some good players. A semi-decent manager that I'm not totally convinced on yet, though. I just don't know if it'll all work. On paper, they finished top 8. Just don't know if it works on the pitch. Football isn't played on paper. So, there's that one. 9th, who do you have?
In 9th place, we have Newcastle United. Now, we've got Newcastle in 9th place because the Saudis, they're doing their thing. Not exactly this window, because I can't lie. I can't think of any like signs they've actually made.
Pope, Target, Botman, Pope, Target. They're the 3 they've got.
Yeah, my brain's a bit. That's it. Pope is a very good signing.
Yeah.
Pope is a very good signing. Was it Fabianski? What am I talking
Fabianski,
about? Dubravka. I swear he's a good goalkeeper, so I don't know why they've gone and got a player like Pope.
It's an upgrade, isn't it? It's still an upgrade. For cheap as well, 10 mil.
Fair enough.
10 mil is cheap.
Yeah, fair. It ain't awful, but yeah, I think the signing of I hardly know how to say his name, but it's a signing from last window, Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah. He's a good player.
Bruno, very good player, extremely good player. Kieran Trippier, amazing signing. I've got Dan Burn. I'm not sure how he's been. But,
he's been very good apparently. He's been very, very good apparently.
Fair enough. But I'm hearing that Chris Wood's not been amazing.
No. Former Leicester player Chris Wood. But no, yes, apparently he hasn't been excellent. I can see your point, to be honest. The thing is, I'll talk about Newcastle in a bit, so I won't go too much into that. But I could still see them making a late attacking signing and then doing some stuff in January.
Yeah, possibly.
But I'll touch them in a bit.
Eddie Howe's a really good manager as well.
Incredible manager.
I think he could do some good things to the squad.
Yeah,
like, I think in the next 3 or 4 years, like Newcastle could be pretty high at the table.
Agreed.
I do see it, but obviously, I think the owners are trying to be a little bit more smart about this. But I don't think they're trying to splash with like 10 signings a window. Or like, I don't think that's like the type of owners that they are. I think they're more of like a project type. It's more of a project than a rebuild.
Agreed.
Really, I don't know if it's the same thing or forget what like I'm trying to say, but it's more of like a tactical way of seeing the transfer market, of course.
Yeah, 100%.
Just going out there, Roman Abramovich coming in.
Yeah, I mean, we were all expecting the big signings, and they haven't done that. So fair play to them for that.
Yeah.
9th.
Where's the Kylian Mbappe? Where's the Mbappe?
Mate, he's owner of PSG. He's owner of PSG. Why would he go to Newcastle? Imagine swapping PSG and and owner of PSG for Newcastle. I
would say that he'd get like 500k a week at Newcastle, but he's probably getting that at PSG.
Oh yeah, 100%. He'll be getting loads at PSG. Ninth, I have Leicester, as I've just touched on. I want to discuss the club atmosphere here. Now, I know far too much about Leicester City. It's actually depressing how much I know about this club. And it is depressing because we're so sad.
Cycle to their training ground every week.
I don't cycle to the training ground every week, all right? I've cycled to the training ground twice, and I'm going to be cycling again this week. But I'm cycling to...
there you go.
I'm cycling to the stadium this week as well, though, mate. I'm doing 100k, all right? Shush. I'll talk about that next week if it ends up happening, but hopefully I will be doing a 100k cycle this week, including the Leicester training grounds, male and female, and the stadium. But we'll park that for now. We'll talk about that next week. I have Leicester ninth because of the club atmosphere. We don't have a good club atmosphere. It stinks. I don't know what's going on within that club, but something just doesn't sit right with me. You know, we're bottling results left, right and centre. The amount of goals we conceded after the 90th minute last season, the Spurs game, when we were 2-1 up in the... What was it? The 94th, the 95th, and still lost the game.
I remember that game.
Awful. Absolutely awful. The set piece issue we've still got, where we just can't seem to clock set piece or figure them out. You know, we were supposed to be getting a set piece coach in. He's got visa issues, so he can't do it. We can't make signings. We don't have any money. Players want out. There's just... Brendan Rodgers' ambition is not there as it used to be. And people might slate me for that. I have been Brendan Rodgers out in the past. There are already Leicester fans that are saying Brendan Rodgers out after 2 games of the season. I'm prepared to give him a little bit more time this year because he's had 2 games. But the club atmosphere isn't right. We've got... I can't remember. We've got United in 2 weeks. I genuinely think the manager that loses that game could easily be sacked.
Let's be real. Is Leicester losing to United?
So then, it's a possibility.
Because I'm telling you now, if the Man United from yesterday shows up, Leicester are gonna have some fun.
That's the thing. No, but that's the thing. There's some mentality within the club where we can't do that at the moment. We were 2-0 up against Brentford. Rodgers makes a change that is blatantly stupid by taking off, you know, we were 2-0 up, went 2-1. He took off a midfielder for a striker. We lost the midfield battle from that point out, which was the only reason we were doing well in the game. Took off our best performing midfielder for Patson Daka. And from that point forward, we just collapsed in the game. The Arsenal game was shambles at the weekend. I can't put this team any higher because we could lose key men. We don't know who we're going to replace them with. We don't have any money. The club atmosphere is absolutely awful. And Brendan Rodgers will be gone by February. He won't make it to the end of the season.
You know where he lives, so if you want to give him a farewell, you know.
I'll cycle up to the training ground and wave him off. Yeah, I'll head to Seagrave and wave him off. But genuinely, I don't know what's going on with the club. There's something that's just not right, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't think anybody can. I don't think Brendan can. But he won't make it to February.
Yeah, fair enough.
And whoever's Leicester's next manager will move into Brendan Rodgers' house. Because in case you don't know, Klopp lives in Rodgers' old house. Rodgers is Klopp's landlord. So, that's quite funny. So whoever the next Leicester manager is will probably come and live where Rodgers lives. Because Klopp lives where Brendan used to live, which I find quite funny. And it's quite ironic, the fact that Klopp can just ring up Rodgers going, "Oi mate, there's a problem with the boiler." I just don't know how that's happened. But yeah, Leicester in 9th. We'll stop talking about Klopp's boiler now. Who do you have in 8th? I know you've got an 8th as well. This is going to be such a conversation.
Oh God. See, I don't know how I'm going to argue my point here, because you did make a good point, but I've got Brighton.
Yeah, I've got Newcastle, by the way. I'll touch on Newcastle first because it's a lot easier, because Brighton will take a while. Newcastle, I've got them 8th because they made some good signings. They've got a good fan atmosphere around the club, which they do. The fans are really on board, and again, that's key. Eddie Howe's an excellent manager. They haven't made the signings that I think we all thought they would, but they'll be tight, they'll be compact, and they'll finish 8th. Brighton. Essie.
Oh God! Wow.
I'm just going to sit back.
Yeah,
You can just talk. You can just talk. I'm just going to sit back.
Right. So, see, my initial thought process was Graham Potter, amazing manager, good players. The use of Cancelo, who's amazing by the way, absolutely amazing against Man United. At the same time, they've lost Cucurella. Now, I will say, when I made this list, Cucurella was on the verge of signing for Chelsea, but it wasn't confirmed.
It wasn't done.
So, I don't think I put Cucurella into the equation, but if I did,
It'll be lower.
then it'd make sense. But I didn't. So maybe that's wrong, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's where I put Brighton.
Do you just want to come out and just blatantly admit you've got Brighton wrong?
Yes, I will do
Okay.
that.
I will take your blatantly admittance and move on to 7th, whom we will both have the same side, and I regret this placement because I think I should have put Manchester United here, but I've gone for West Ham.
Same here. Shake on it.
There's just not much to say. Moyes is a good manager. Scamacca's a good signing, I think.
All I'm saying is free Declan Rice.
Cut Zuma.
He kicks cats, yes.
He does kick cats, yes. But no, I think West Ham were a good side, a solid side, a good compact side. I think they still need a few more additions. I like the addition of Cornet. I think that's a really, really good signing.
That's a great signing, to be fair. But to be fair, it's almost like he didn't switch clubs because he's still wearing the same.
He's still wearing claret, yeah.
Get.
He's still he's still wearing purple basically. Yeah, I think West Ham will have a good season. They'll finish 7th again, and I think most fans will probably take that.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough, yeah.
I think most fans will take that. Right, we've got the top 6 to go now.
Oh, God.
Who do you have in 6th?
Right, so in 6th I got Man United.
Shall we just both shake hands? Because I've got United in 6th again. Shall we just both shake hands and say we've got this one wrong?
In what sense? Wrong as in too high or too low?
Too high.
Too high? Yo, that's harsh. Jesus.
How much low?
I said not even top 6.
Where United are going?
I know they've started off badly, but Arsenal started off pretty similar.
Mate, they've just lost 4-0 to Brentford. They've got Liverpool next week. Do you understand what that's going to do to the confidence?
Yeah,
Liverpool can
good.
smash this team 9-0 if they want to. 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, it really is looking long for Man United. But obviously, I put them 6th, but I had their pre-season in mind because they did have a very good pre-season.
Indeed.
But that pre-season kind of not really gives me hope because I don't want to have hope for Man United, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it kind of tells me that there is something there in that team. But I feel like the first 2 games they were 100% winnable, by the way, which I don't know why they didn't win. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's just a blip, not a blip as in oh yes, a blip and they'll be back top 4 challenge. They are hardly challenging for conference right now. Mm-hmm. I'll be real, but I think that they'll only just get it purely based on team quality rather than the
deserving it.
I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, I get you. I've also gone United 6th. I wish I didn't. The thing is, I think Ten Hag will be gone by November. Not deservedly, because I think anybody should give this team a lot of time. However, I do think Ten Hag will be gone by November time, and I think that could be an issue because I don't know who United do get in to replace him. I genuinely don't know. Do they go for Poch? I genuinely have no idea. So I just don't know where they go. It struggles me because I don't know. I just don't know where United are going as a club. You know, the Glazers have messed up the club so much. This club was such a force under Sir Alex, and ever since Sir Alex has left, that appointment of David Moyes did not go well. They had Van Gaal, they had Jose Mourinho, they had Oli, they had Rangnick, they had now they've got Ten Hag, and it looks like Ten Hag won't work either. And Ten Hag was the guy that was supposed to just take this team to a new level. You know, a new level. And it just doesn't seem to have worked out. So, Manchester United, I've got you in 6th place. I just don't think you will get there. Who do you have in 5th?
Right, so in 5th place, now I kind of wish I could swap this with who I've got in 4th now. But it's Arsenal. Now, obviously, this was before the season started. I mean, of course. But now that I think about it, this pains me. It actually hurts me to say this. But I think it's a no-brainer that Arsenal will get top 4. Signing of Jesus has leveled them up completely. Like, he fits their system like a glove on a hand. A glove that's meant to be your size on a hand. That's meant to be for the club. You know what I mean? But yeah, he started the season very, very well. I mean, versus Leicester, 2 goals and 2 assists, and versus Crystal Palace. I don't know if he had a goal involvement.
I don't think he didn't.
But he played very well. So I think they have got themselves a very good player, and to think he was a backup at Man City is crazy to think about.
Yeah,
but
he just didn't fit the City system. I think Jesus is an excellent signing. I think the signing of Zinchenko is a very good signing. I bet they're punching the air with joy that they didn't get Martinez in now. I think 5th for Arsenal's perfectly fair. I've got them 5th. I'll shake your hand and we'll move on to 4th place. Who do you have in 4th?
Oh God! Oh lordy, lordy, lord! Well, at least they're below Chelsea, but it's Spurs.
Same.
Now, I'm gonna keep it real. Spurs have not made any first team changing signings except maybe Perisic, and that's like a push.
Basuma?
Basuma. Okay, maybe Basuma, but we'll see. Apart from that, they've not really made any like wow team changing signings. The signing of Richarlison, I think they pay too much. Like for a player that will sit on the bench and probably only come on if Kane has a bad game, they paid a bit too much.
Yep.
Now for Jed Spence, he's a very good player, but he won't start. He won't start. I feel like he's one for the future. He's one that will come off the bench and maybe play a little bit, which is kind of sad because I feel like it'll be much better off if he stayed out Forest. Always playing, always getting a chance to develop, etc. But obviously, yeah, it's a good signing. This is a bit not off topic, but a bit side-ish. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm still kind of angry that when I did see Spence in town, I didn't stop him for a picture. But anyways, yeah, I do think Spurs will do well. They've not strengthened much, but I would say that. No. Conte is not a great manager. All right, he's not a great manager. He's just a Tuchel wannabe. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
From the most unbiased standpoint possible.
As I say, didn't call him a snake.
Yeah, definitely didn't do that.
I've also got Tottenham 4th. I genuinely thought I had Chelsea 4th and Tottenham 3rd, but apparently I don't.
Good.
I've got Tottenham 4th. I think the signing of Basuma's good. I think the signing of Richarlison's good, just overpaid. I think the signing of Perisic is quality down that left-hand flank. I think fourth is fair. Conte is a world-class manager. And
Don't say, oh, yeah, next time I ask you, Daniel, what's curtains, mate?
And I think Tottenham will do well, so I've put them in fourth. Who do you have in third?
Blue is the colour.
I'm expecting a 20-minute essay here on whether you're getting third. We don't need the song.
I'm gonna stop singing now. Right.
By the way, you said you would never let me hear you sing. So thank you very much.
Yes, but it's not actual singing though. I mean, like,
apparently this guy is a goated singer. I have heard. So
trust me.
One day I've got to get that.
Yeah, one day, someday. What's it? Chelsea, third place. Now, people say that Chelsea won't get top four, which is absolutely stupid. I think that's the most stupid opinion you could possibly have right now. Chelsea have strengthened. Full stop. Cucurella, amazing signing, overpaid, yes, but today against Spurs, insane. Assist, he was completely solid at the back. I don't think a single player ever got past him the whole game. This guy was completely solid. He's comfortable on the ball, eye for a pass. Bro, he was amazing. Probably the most underrated player on the pitch. Koulibaly, what a player. He didn't make a single mistake today. Goal and completely solid at the back. Now, the two goals that we conceded was not even our defense's fault. It was clearly down to bad refereeing. It was just awful refereeing. But yeah, Koulibaly, amazing. Sterling, good signing, I hope. Today he wasn't great. In pre-season, he's been really good though. Versus Everton, he was good, but obviously everyone around him was also a bit meh, so can't really blame him, to be fair. But yeah, I'm just hoping that we can complete the signing of Fofana, and then if we get a striker, then that's it. Fofana and a striker, and that's really all we need. Maybe even, bro, if we get Frankie De Jong, then that'd be sick. But yeah, they're not really. I mean, Fofana against Arsenal. I mean, you watched the game. Martinelli had him a bit, but I think that's only because his head's not really in it. I don't feel like he's like his head is with Leicester at this point in time. So I'm just hoping that we complete the signing for some crazy fee that I just know it will be. Because
it will be.
It's Leicester.
I genuinely don't know what to add to that. I don't think I can add anything. SC, you've just given us a full rundown of Chelsea. I can't add anything. Yeah, I've put you in third.
That is the only team I'd ever be able to give you a full rundown of, mate.
Nah. You gave us a good rundown on Forest.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
To be fair, I could give you a good rundown on Forest. The amount of Forest ones talking this summer. We're going to get you up. No, you're not. Shut up. Who have you got in second?
The thing is...
We're not going back to Forest.
Alright, in second, I've got Liverpool now.
And that means you have Man City as champions.
Yes, I do indeed. Now, the sales of Mane and... Is it just Mane? I think it is just Mane.
Yeah, it's just Mane.
The sale of Mane, even if he was to stay, I really don't think they'd win the league anyway. I think Man City have just got a whole nother level of quality, which I don't think any other team in the league really has, and they are giving real PSG energy right now. Yep. Because they are very annoyingly unstoppable, and I don't know. Wait, did they win 4-0 in the last game?
4-0, yeah, 4-0 versus Bournemouth.
Yeah, I'm very, very sure that I've heard they weren't even that good, and they won 4-0. It's like Haaland had 8 touches the whole game, and one of the touches was an assist to Gundogan. So if that tells you something, that means that Haaland literally needs to breathe on the ball, and he's made that impact. So, yeah, Man City just unstoppable. But we'll talk about Liverpool. So I don't know why I went there. Liverpool, very strong team. Obviously, I don't think there's really much to say. Mo Salah could have an amazing season. A season as good as maybe Haaland. We'll wait and see. Of course, Haaland's got the world class service, so hopefully he bags. In fact, hopefully, by that I mean it in an unbiased standpoint, of course.
Yes, of course.
I don't want him to bag.
Obviously.
But yeah, I'm just a bit jealous that City got a striker. We don't, but I don't really have much to say about Liverpool. I think it's kind of self-explanatory why I've put them there. Same goes with Man City, but yeah. How about you? I guess you've done.
I've done the same. Yeah, I think Liverpool have obviously replaced Mane with Nunez. I think that is a good. I think that's a good replacement. I've put City first. I think the signing of Haaland and Alvarez, they're both incredible signings. I think the signing of Sergio Gomez at left back as well is obviously also a good addition. Yeah, I just don't have anything to add. I think City will walk the league. I haven't seen anybody saying that City won't win the league. I genuinely haven't. And I think we should move on to the awards, which we will quickly run through because that took so long, Essie. And that's going to be a video, by the way. That's going to be a 70-minute long video. So, because I'm not cutting it down. So, Lord. Best player of the season. Who have you gone for the best player of the season?
Best player of the season overall, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, give me a minute, because...
do you want me to say mine first?
Remember. Yeah, you should see yours first.
I've gone for Salah. Salah's just amazing. I've gone for him as my Golden Boot winner as well, so that kind of explains it. I just think Salah will be top class. I think with Mane leaving, he'll step up. I think this new contract will really fire him to new levels, and with Diaz and Jota and Nunez in the attack, I think they'll just fire to new levels. So I've gone for Salah.
Now, you might call me biased for this, right? But
oh God!
Especially after today.
Oh, I remember who you
especially
said.
After today, I 100% hand on heart think it could generally be Koulibaly.
Yeah.
Koulibaly today, he literally played like he's been in the Premier League his entire life. Honestly, it's like I don't know. It's like we've not lost Rudiger. Not saying that he's anything like Rudiger. In fact, I probably argue he's better, but don't. But Koulibaly is different level, world class. Literally the perfect partner for for Silva. He's literally amazing. Literally, I can't fault our back line at all today. But yeah, of course, we're not gonna go over it again. But Anthony Taylor, you need to be.
Yes. Okay. So Koulibaly is your best player. Controversial,
yes,
controversial, but I like it. Who have you gone for as your young player of the season?
Young player of the season, like.
Again, I can do mine first if needs be.
Yes, you do need to do yours first.
I've gone for Phil Foden. I know City rotate a lot, but City are winning the league. And by the way, I don't think he will be the best young player. I just think he'll get the award. So I've kind of played that tactically. I don't think he'll be the best young player. But I think he will win the award because City will win the league and he'll play a good role.
Wait, you just said Foden?
Foden.
Oh my God! I can't be the only, I can't be the only one who thinks that this guy's slightly overrated.
I didn't say that I didn't think he is. I said I think he will win it because it's the Prem and they rate City players so highly. And because City will win the league, I think it'll be Foden.
I genuinely don't see what's so astronomically special about Foden.
Nor do I.
Really, really don't.
Nor do I.
It's really weird to me. I don't understand.
I just think they'll win the league, and I think he'll be a important cog in that. And then I think because of that, he'll get it.
I think young player of the season for me is Bukayo Saka.
Oh, okay.
Bukayo Saka. Now, I hate Arsenal with a passion, but I love Bukayo Saka. Like, I love Saka. He's an amazing player, great attitude. Honestly, I think he could generally like go to a new level this season, especially with he's up front. He get loads of assists this season. Honestly, yeah, I've got him at young player of the season. Honestly, I would not mind if he won it over like a player like Reece James. Not saying that Saka is like a better a better attacker than Reece James is a defender, but I wouldn't mind.
Fair enough. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Obviously, I'd also I'll put Reece James in the mix as well.
Okay.
But I wanted a more of an unbiased opinion. So
Fair enough. I like it. Surprise good players, so a player that will surprise people in a good way. I've gone for Sinistera. Now, I think he'll carry Leeds to that 14th position. He has started off the season injured. Now, that is never a good sign, and I do understand that. So, would I take this back? Absolutely. However, I'm going for Sinistera because I think he will carry Leeds to a good position, or I thought he would carry Leeds to a good position. So, yeah, Sinistera.
First. My surprise player of the season is Joe Aribo. Now, I know I made the point about Steven Gerrard coming from Rangers and him only playing in that league. Him only being in that league and trying to transfer over. I guess you could say the same with Joe Aribo, but at the same time, I don't know if this is a sprinkle of bias because he plays for the Nigerian national team. But Joe Aribo is an amazing player, very skillful on the ball. And for someone that's really tall, he's very agile on the ball.
Weird.
As well.
It's weird.
So,
I back Aribo. I like it.
He's tall. He's like what I want Kai Havertz to be, but he just isn't. So, personally, I think that was an amazing signing by Southampton, and I think I think we did really well. I really do.
Fair enough. Okay. Who's your manager of the season?
Manager of the season now, right. So when I told you about this, I said it's between Tuchel, Pep, and Conte. Scrap Conte. Get Conte out. Not Conte.
Yep.
No, please, just stop Conte. Between Pep and Tuchel, it won't be Tuchel. I'm just going with a simple answer. Pep. Pep because it's Pep. Pep wins everything.
Pep. Okay.
Except the Champions League.
I back it.
He is allergic to winning the Champions League, which is very fortunate for us even. But I digress. It's the very easy answer, but it's probably the only answer.
Okay, fair enough.
He will end up.
I've gone for Klopp. The only reason I've gone for Klopp is because I think Liverpool will pick up a horror injury, and I think finishing second will be seen as a miracle. Horror
injury.
I don't know. I just had a feeling, so I had to make up an excuse for that feeling because they won't win the league. So I had to come up with an
mad fairy.
So let's just say Alisson picks up a 6-month injury, and then they have to go with Adrian in goal for the season, or Kelleher or someone, and then finishing second seen as miracle. Cool. Klopp, manager of the season.
Right. So you just pulled that out.
Yep. Exactly. Golden Boot winner. I've gone as Mo Salah. I just think he'll score a lot of goals because Liverpool have lost Mane. Yeah. Who do you think will win Golden Boot?
Erling bloody Haaland. Now, Haaland was in a good team to start off with. Obviously, he's got quick players around him. You know, Jude. Well, I can't think of anyone else. Wait, who plays on the wing for Dortmund? Wait, give me a minute.
Marco Reus, maybe. Julian Brandt.
Yeah. I mean, he had.
By the way, Dortmund do play a 4-2-3-1 narrow, so they do just go with 3 cams. So in case you can't think of wingers, that's why.
Yeah. I think moving to Man City is a whole different ball game in terms of service. Like this guy will be feasting against who was it that he scored 2 against? Was it Villa? I think it was Villa, wasn't it?
West Ham won it.
West Ham, yeah, against West Ham. Oh, that's 2 losses on the bounce for West Ham now. Anyways, that goal from Erling Haaland, but it wasn't the penalty. It was the second goal. I forgot who played the assist.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
But it was a tidy finish, and I feel like he'll be scoring a load of goals like that because last season he was scoring so many goals like that. Low shots, very powerful. Keepers won't save him at all. Like he's just got that like big game player about him.
Yeah, I know
like,
what you mean.
I know what it is, but
It's
It just seems like
it's a prowess.
he can have a really bad game, but as soon as you give him that like one opportunity, he always scores. I feel like he's one of those players.
I back it. I just didn't want to go Haaland because Haaland does have injury issues and will probably have injury issues. So I didn't know if he'll score. I think he'll get 18 this season, 17, 18. And I don't know if that'll be enough.
That's fair.
And then last but not least, who is your Golden Glove?
Golden Glove. Now I have put Edouard Mendy. Now reasoning behind this, our defensive reinforcements have been top. Like the signing of Koulibaly, like, I cannot stress how happy I am in that signing. When I saw that confirmed, I'm gonna keep PG, but I was very, very happy.
I didn't want to know where that was going.
But what's it? Signing of Cucurella as well. Very, very good left wing back. And the fact that we already have Silva, who is just world class, by the way, and Reece James, who played right centre back and right wing back. Who, by the way, Reece James at right centre back is just OP. He was sick today. Which goes back to my. Actually, I don't know if I can talk about this. Can I talk about Chelsea for literally 5 seconds?
Yeah, go shoot.
I have noticed that it's always Chelsea defenders who are scoring and never our actual attackers, which is very, very disappointing. But that is another point that I should have talked about ages ago, but I've missed it. So now we go back to my point about.
Thank you.
About Edouard Mendy. Obviously, I think last season he should have won the Haaland award. I don't know why he didn't. Donnarumma actually sat on the bench for like
a while.
Yeah, it was what I don't know how he won it, to be honest. Edouard Mendy had a sick AFCON, and I don't know how it.
Okay, fair enough.
Somehow was up.
Fair enough. So Mendy then, more or less. Yeah. You've gone for Mendy. Okay, cool. Yeah. I've gone for Ederson. The reason I've gone for Ederson is because Man City just keep loads of clean sheets. He won't be the best keeper, but he will pick up the Golden Glove just because City's defence is so good.
Yeah, fair enough.
He doesn't need to be a good keeper. So yeah, I've gone for Ederson. And that concludes a very, very long podcast. We did have some transfers to rate. However, we've got more than an hour and a half of content here, so we're going to leave them because this thing would be too hard to render as it is. Essie, thank you for coming on, mate. Is there anything you'd like to plug before we finish the show?
Go sub to Mutual Channel, link in description. Hopefully Daniel doesn't forget, and if he does, then it's all love. You can just type up ESSY on YouTube, Essie, and you'll find me there.
Indeed you will. Let's hope I don't forget. It will be about 12:30 by the time I'm writing the description, so there is a possibility I do forget, but I'll try not to, and if so, then I can edit it. I won't forget. Link in the description, Essie on YT. But yeah, thank you all for tuning into this show. Thank you for listening to the end. It's been a long one, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I will catch you all again next week. See ya.